Kia ora, konnichiwa. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm off to Takayama for a weekend away. So jump on board, let's go. If you're new to the channel, my name is Pennie. I'm a Kiwi from New Zealand. I packed up everything and moved from New Zealand to Japan to immerse myself in the Japanese culture, learn Japanese and see what happens along the way. My journey's about the ups and downs, the real life of being a mature Japanese student. So if you want to join me, please hit that subscribe button and join the family. So you've got three realistic options from Nagoya to Takayama. The JR Limited Express, that's roughly 2.5 hours, depending on the run, and the price that's around 8,340 yen. Positives is that it's comfy, it's scenic, and you roll straight into Takayama Station. The second option is the highway bus, and that's my pick, and it's about 2 hours 40 minutes, and that's in the timetable, but my run was around 2.5 hours. One way it's 3,600 yen. There's a toilet on board. It's cheaper and the views from those big windows are bang on. Third option, if you want a little bit of freedom, is self-drive, but you do have tolls to pay along the way. I chose the bus because it's got the lowest price and I could film the valleys and highways without the stress of driving. The bus journey from Nagoya to Takayama, there's one rest break, which is just over halfway between Nagoya and Takayama, and we have 10 minutes to stretch our legs, get a drink, have a look at the shops. So it's basically a little village pinned to the motorway. And look at all these vending machines. I'm going to grab a drink. I'd like to thank everybody who has supported me through the Ko-Fi app. It is really appreciated. This allows me to grab a coffee when I'm out. So thank you so much for your support. Let's get back on the bus and return to our journey to Takayama. Takayama is a city up in the Gifu Prefecture, and it's in the Chibu region of central Japan. It's nestled among the Japanese Alps. It's about 165 kilometres from Nagoya if you drive, or roughly 158 to 160 by road if you're driving. That's around 2.5 hours by car or train in good conditions. So we've arrived at Takayama Station, and luckily the bus stop is just beside, and we're going to drop our bags off at the hotel. We're staying at the Washington Hotel Plaza, and I'll show you the room a bit later on. We're here a little bit early, so we cannot check in at the moment, but we can leave our bags, which is a bonus. There's a new button that YouTube has put out, and it's a hype button. So if you click that on my video, it helps me get discovered. So if you are enjoying it, please remember to hit that hype button, and my videos will be shown to more people, and that will be really, really helpful. Okay, back to the video. We set off to enjoy the town. Takayama is a great town because it's so walkable. Takayama sits in the Hida Mountains. The place built its name on woodworking. It has this lovely fresh air feel to it, and it's not as hot or humid as Nagoya is at the moment. In the late 1500s, the local lord Nakachika Kanamori set up a castle town here. The original grid sat between two rivers, the Miyagawa and the Inako, roughly half a kilometre west and a bit over half a kilometre north-south. The higher ground on the east was set aside for warriors. The lower west side was for townspeople and trade, laid out with three main streets that's still here today. Later, the central government brought this region under direct control because of its timber and skilled carpenters. That strong hand and the money that came with it explains the scale and the finish you see on these old houses and festival floats. There's 3 main Edo period streets called Sanmachi Suji. Thin dark wooden facades, laced windows, sake buris with cedar balls hanging outside, and ridiculously photogenic. The place built its name on the woodworking. The Hida no Tanuki, master carpenters, have been a thing here for over 1,000 years. Timber was wealth, and the skill level was high enough that Hida carpenters were sent out to build in the capital centuries back. That craft shows everything, old merchant houses to the famous festival floats. Twice a year, the city shows off with the Takayama Matsuri, spring and autumn, with ornate, centuries-old yatai floats. If you can't time your visit, the Yatai Kaikan displays floats year-round. We're now entering a building that has been restored and preserved in its original state. As we walk through this preservation area, you can feel how old the bones of Takayama are. This town has been the political and economic centre of Hida. Back in 1586, Kanamori Nagachika was granted Hida and started building a proper castle town here. It's such a beautiful area, and we actually found a photo opportunity with the umbrellas. We decided to look for a local ramen shop, and this one was actually recommended to us. After walking all afternoon, it certainly hits the spot without knocking you out. I'd certainly pick this one again. It was absolutely delicious. After refueling, we carried on walking around the town. There were so many craft shops. This one looked pretty interesting. They even had t-shirt printing where you could put a kanji message on. This looks really cool, actually. When you come to Takayama, don't forget to bring your stamp book. I actually forgot to bring mine, so I've just stamped a piece of paper instead. It's actually a lovely hobby to have when you go around and you visit castles and temples. You can put a stamp in your book and it just gives you the memories to look at, and it's not bulky. Now we found a workshop area which is extremely interesting. This is actually bamboo and they've made lampshades out of them. And you can actually join a workshop and make your own lampshade. They do have quite a few workshop opportunities here in Takayama. So if you have got a bit of time, have a go at doing some arts and crafts here. It's so nice to get away from the hustle and bustle of Nagoya and also the kind of stress of language school. 3 of us passed the midterm test and we've moved into a different class. Now the classmates that we've joined have been studying probably 2 or 3 chapters ahead of where we are at the moment, so they're a lot more advanced than us, but I think sometimes it's a bit daunting, but then like we're learning new things and they do speak a lot more, so we do have opportunities to speak more with them. So we've got a end of term test coming up in a couple of weeks time, and it feels like we've only just had a test, so they do come quite often. One in the middle and one at the end, and the terms are around 7 to 8 weeks. Down the middle of the district, the Inako River flows, which used to mark the line between the inner and outer parts of the castle town. It gives a calm, everyday feel. You hear the water before you hear the traffic. Later that day we came and checked into the hotel. So this is my room. It's a semi-double and it's got everything you need really. It was a good sized bed. I think you could actually have 2 people in here. There was a TV, the mini fridge, and the view, well, not much of a view, but there's the train station just across the road. When you come to Japan, they usually always have supplied toothbrushes, hairbrushes, just the basics, and also hair dryer. So it's pretty good. You don't actually have to take too much when you go for a weekend away. It's just really the change of clothes. Looks alright. It's such a lovely area, Takayama, and I really do recommend you coming to visit. Let's have a walk around and take in the deep, rich history of Takayama. We're here at one of Takayama's most impressive temples, the Hida Kokubunji. It's right in the heart of the town, only 5 minutes walk from the train station. This temple is special for a few reasons. First, the 3-story pagoda, something not many temples this size has. The main hall is one of the oldest buildings in the city now, built during the Muromachi period, about 500 years ago. It's been rebuilt at times, but still carries the old sacred energy. There is also a huge ginkgo tree, over 1,200 years old. When autumn comes, all those leaves turn golden and it lights up the place. The next morning I went to have a look for a bit of breakfast. There weren't many shops open at the time. It was around 9:30 that I was looking for a coffee shop. And I found this modern cafe. Konnichiwa. Cappuccino, hot dog. Hi. Hi. It was a very delicious cup of coffee. Mind you, it was a bit small for my liking, but it was still pretty good. So later on, after walking around a little bit more, I decided to start my way back to Nagoya. And there I got a bus back. Getting the bus back was so much cheaper than catching a train. And it's super convenient because the bus depot is right outside Takayama station and right outside Nagoya station. So there's no stairs to contend with your luggage. Bye-bye, Takayama. Hope to see you again very soon. So this was my short overnight stay in Takayama. Bus up, bags down, old town, ramen, and back out. If you want a mountain town that feels lived in and not just a theme park, this is it. Once I got back to Nagoya, I went to have some dinner at one of my favourite restaurants, Pepper Lunch. Now, I like this restaurant because you don't have to have rice with your meal and you cook the meat so you can have it well done, rare, or how you please. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!